In 79 AD, Vesuvius erupted, destroying the Roman towns of Pompeii and Herculaneum. While Pompeii is much larger, Herculaneum has the better preserved remains. It disappeared under a pyroclastic surge and flow of volcanic mud. When this hardened, it preserved what was underneath. Organic materials, such as wood, survive, as do the upper floors of many buildings. While Pompeii was a commercial power, Herculaneum was a holiday town on the coast with many elegant villas. The remains present a thorough and vivid picture of Roman life at that point in time. While the lower classes lived in simple flats above their shops called insulae, the houses of the wealthy were extremely well built and are well preserved. They follow the Roman atrium style, enclosed rooms facing inward to the roofed courtyard. It was the center of the house and therefore the most lavishly decorated. There was a shallow sunken pool to catch rainwater from an opening in the ceiling above it. Herculaneum has beautifully preserved frescoes. The fresco painting technique applies pigment to wet lime plaster. The painting becomes an integral part of the wall. In the ground surface, small white tiles, called cat's eyes, were inserted to reflect moonlight or candlelight. People could then see where they were walking at night. The Romans ate many meals at the thermololiums, outside eateries. The holes in the marble counter held pots of food, oil, and wine. The pots were enclosed in a space surrounded by stone and earth for temperature control. Seat of the Augustali was a forum or meeting place for former slaves who had become successful. The upper floor of the building is intact with the original wood that has been carbonized. A constant conservation effort is made to preserve a 2,000-year-old heritage. There is a series of frescoes of Hercules, the legendary founder of Herculaneum. This floor mosaic of Triton, the son of Neptune, god of the sea, is in the Terme del Foro, the central public bath. Triton had the upper body of a human and tail of a fish. He was the messenger of the big sea, surrounded by sea creatures. The mosaics in Herculaneum are exceptional. Images are formed using pieces of colored stone. The mosaic of Neptune and Amphitrite is in a beautiful preserved house remarkable for its decoration. The Nymphaeum, or small grotto, has a hunting scene with dogs and deer. The mosaics reflect a very cultured family of high status. According to the legend, Neptune, the god of the sea, saw Amphitrite dancing with the Nereids, carried her off, and married her. Above the grotto are three theatrical masks, Silenus the Satyr, and the masks of comedy and tragedy. In the words of the Latin poet Martial, shortly after the catastrophe of Vesuvius, "And there stood Pompeii, the favorite city of Venus, which she loved more dearly than Sparta. and there stood Herculaneum, whose name was dedicated to the great Hercules. Look, now everything is blackened and buried under fire and ashes. The gods regret what they have done.